Hi, welcome to my video on Find the Unknown Values, Part 1. Find the unknown values. Well, let's do a little review first before we start this. The unit on my channel, Solving Linear Equations with a Single Variable, should be completed to achieve more success in this section. Let's do a little review just to help you make sure. We want to solve this equation for x, so the x values stay on the left side and the numbers move to the right side. The minus is moving over, transposing, become plus 3. So 4x equals 8, and opposite of multiplying is dividing, so we cancel out the 4s, so x is 2. Remember, I put the x's on the left side, so 12x minus 4x equals negative 24. So the x moves over to the left side and changes sign. 12 minus 4 is 8. 8x equals negative 24. And divided each side by 8, cancels out. X equals negative 3. C, the x's move on the left side. 8x, that's a plus 1, so it's a minus 1x equals negative 6. Plus 1 becomes a minus 1. And that's a 1 understood. There's a 1 there. So 8 minus 1 is 7. X. Negative 6 subtract 1 is negative 7. And divide by 7 on each side. Cancels out. And it cancels here. So we get a negative 1. And we should remove the brackets when we're solving equations. So let's remove the brackets by distributive property. 3 is multiplied by x to give you 3x. 3 is multiplied by negative 2 to give you negative 6. After the brackets are removed, then we obey x's on the left and constants on the right are numbers. So 5x minus 3x equals negative 6. And 5 minus 3 is 2x. Negative 6 divided by 2 on each side, cancels out. So I get a negative 3. And here we have brackets on both sides, so we still have to simplify each side. You always simplify each side first before you transpose. So let's multiply negative 4 by 3x to get a negative 12x. Negative 4 times negative 1 is plus 4. Negative 10 times x is negative 10x. Negative 10 times positive 2 is negative 20. So notice the negative 4 and the negative 10 is distributed through each term on the inside. Now the x's move to the left side, so negative 10x becomes a plus 10x. And negative 20 is okay. The plus 4 moves over to the right, become a minus 4. Add up the like terms, and we have a negative 2x equals negative 24, and divide by negative 2. So that gives me a positive 12. That's a review of solving linear equations, just a simple review, because you're going to need it in this section. Also, there's an idea that if a point lies on a line, then the coordinates of the points will be true for an equation. Let's do some examples. Does the point 1, 5 lie on the line? Y equals 2x plus 3. Well, x is 1, y is 5. So y is 5, and x is 1. We sub it into the variables. So 5 equals 2 times 1 is 2 plus 3. 5 equals 5. True. So yes, it lies on that line. So if we were to graph this line, it would pass through the point 1, 5. Does this point, negative 2, 3, lie on this line, equation representing the line? So that's x and that's y. So y is 3, 4, x is negative 2, so we sub in negative 2. Done. Now we have the left side is simplified fully, but in BEDMAS we have to do the inside of the brackets first, which is a negative 1. Negative 4 times negative 1 is plus 4, and that's not true. Nope. 3 is not equal to 4, so does it lie on it? No. Practice means you work out these now and then play it back to see if you're right. Here we go. 4 is x, negative 6 is y, so y is negative 6 equals 3 over 2. X is 4, so 4 in the place of x. The left side is okay. We have to work out the inside of the brackets first. So 4 subtract 12 is negative 8. Negative 6 is okay. 2 into negative 8 goes negative 4. So that gives me negative 12. And that's not true. So does it lie on the line? No. That line, when you graph it, will not pass to this point. And this one, negative 3 is x, 13 is y. So y is 13 minus 3 equals negative 5. And x is negative 3. So again, x is negative 3 right there. Y is 13 right there. Notice this is the point slope form of a line. And the point on this line, just doing a review, the point on this line, x is negative 1, y is 3, and the slope m is negative 5. So I'm plugging that. I'm just reviewing here. So again, let's get back to this point. I subbed in the numbers. So this becomes a 10 on the left. And we work out the inside of the bracket first to get negative 2. And 10 equals negative 5 times negative 2 is 10. And that's true. So does that point lie on the line? Yes. If you were to graph this line, it would pass through this point. So that's a little review before we start. Now let's get to what this section is all about. Find the value of k if a point lies on the line. Find the value of the k. The steps: substitute x and y values of the point into the equation and solve for k. So after you sub them in, you solve it for k as the same as when you solve the equation for x just then. So let's go. Solve for k. X is 3, y is negative 4. So y is negative 4. X is 3. So we have them subbed in. And now we have to simplify. Notice we have only one k value, so negative 4 is okay. 2k times 3 is 6k. So we're solving for k. That's the same as if you were solving it for x. So the k moves to the left side, and the numbers or constants moves to the right side. Plus becomes a minus, and minus becomes a plus. So negative 6k equals 18. And so negative 6k, 18 divided by negative 6 on each side. Cancels out. So k is negative 3. So it's very similar to solving it for x. So x is 2, y is 10. So we put x is 2 and y is 10. So we sub it, no matter what the equation looks like. You're putting 2 in the place of x, 10 in the place of y, and then you work the equation. So we have k times 2 is 2k. 2 times 10 is 20 equals negative 3k. So we have each side simplified. Remember, the variables go to the left. So 2k plus 3k equals negative 20. And the negative becomes a positive, the positive becomes a negative. So 2 plus 3 are like terms, so that's 5k equals negative 20. And divide by 5, I get k equals negative 4. And we have x is a negative k, and y is negative k minus 5. So we have to put negative 8k minus 5 in the place of y. We have to put negative k in the place of x plus 10. So we subbed in the y value, we subbed in the x values with the k's, and we simplify. The left side is already okay because we can't subtract those because they're not like terms. 3 times negative k is negative 3k plus 10. We multiply. We cannot add these together because they're not like terms. We can't add these because they're not like terms. But all the k's go to the left side, so 8k plus 3k equals 10 minus 5 becomes a plus 5. Now we add up the k's, like terms. We get a negative 5k equals 15, and we divide each side by negative 5. So k equals negative 3. Again, similar to doing with the x's and picking up the solving, we just sub in the coordinates and solve for k. Now I have some questions as a practice. So if you understand what you're doing, then work each one of these out and play them back to see if you're right. Practice makes perfect. Here we go. X is negative 2, y is negative 6. So y is negative 6, and x is a negative 2. Again, place of y we put negative 6, the place of x we put negative 2. Now we simplify. Left side is okay. We cannot add these together because they're not like terms. So we have to multiply negative 3 by negative 2 to get 6. Negative 3 times positive 4 is negative 12. And now we move the k to the left side, change the sign, and the minus 6 becomes a plus 6 when you move it over. And we have 12k equals 12, and 12k equals 12. Divide both sides by 12, so k equals 1. Number 2, x is 9, y is 3k, so y is 3k. X is 9, so we put 9 in the place of x. And we simplify each side. 3k is okay, left side. We multiply to get negative 18, add on 6, and then we simplify. So we multiply first to get negative 18. Negative 18 plus 6 is a negative 12. Then we divide by 3. So k equals negative 4. And number 3, x is negative 10, y is 2k minus 8. So y is 2k minus 8. And x is negative 10. We have the substitution done. And this side cannot subtract those because they're not like terms. And I simplify the inside of this bracket first to give me negative 10 minus 5 is negative 15. Done. Now I have to multiply these, so 5 into negative 15 is a negative 3. So I got 2k minus 8 equals negative 6. So that means 2k is equal to negative 6 plus 8. Because the constants or numbers go on the right side and change the sign. So that means 2k is equal to 2. Negative 6 plus 8 is 2. Divide both sides by 2 and I get k equals 1. Number 4. Now we have x is k plus 1. Y is k minus 2. So y is k minus 2. So it's a k minus 2 minus 2. So we put k minus 2 in the place of y, minus 4. And x is k plus 1, so k plus 1 plus 1. So x is k plus 1, add on the 1. Y is k minus 2. Now we simplify each side. So the left side, we can add these two up, so or subtract. Negative 2 subtract 2 is negative 4. And we should simplify the inside the brackets first. So k plus 1 is k plus 2. Left side is okay. And we cannot add these together anymore because they're not like terms. We can only add the 1 and 1 to get 2. Negative 4 is multiplied by both of these. Negative 4 times k. Negative 4k. Negative 4 times negative 4 times positive 2 is negative 8. Now we have both sides simplified, so we move the k's on the left side, change the sign. We move the constants on the right side, change the signs. And that's a 1k plus 4, so that's a 5k equals negative 4. We divide by 5 on each side. So k comes out to be negative 4 over 5. And number 5. We're going to solve these coordinates into here. We have value, so x is 4k plus 1. Y is 3k minus 3. So y is 3k minus 3. And x is, put a bracket, is negative 4k plus, as a k, plus 2 plus 21. So x, we put a bracket around that because it's 3 times this bracket. The left side is okay because we can't add, these are not like terms. And you can't add these because they're not like terms. So you go negative 3 times negative 4 is k, is negative 12k. 3 times 2 is 6. So we remove the bracket, done. This side is fully simplified, left side. And we add negative 12k plus 27. So the right side is fully simplified. So after both sides are fully simplified, then we transpose 3k plus 12k equals 27 plus 3. 3 and 12 makes 15k when we add them up. And that makes 30. And they divide by 15. And we get k equals 2. K is 2. And that brings us to the end of this video on finding the values of the unknown. Hope you enjoyed my video. If you do, click the like button. If you're not a subscriber, click the subscribe button and the notification bell because there's more videos coming your way. And write a comment on my video if you wish. And visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com. And there you get information on 3 sections. One on me is degrees of teaching experience. The section on video talks about the degree, talks about the strategy you're going to use to help you learn your math. And the section on content has the topics and the number of videos on each topic that I have on my YouTube channel. The black font is what's online right now, and the red font is what will be there in the near future. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.